Welcome to Beyond Hormones, the Business of Wellness, the podcast for hormone and functional medicine providers who want a thriving, predictably profitable practice and maybe a little less stress along the way. Hi, I'm your host, Jody Lane, and I've worked with lots of clinics in marketing, sales, and business development, and I have seen what works and what doesn't. And here's what I believe. Hormone and wellness care should be available to everyone who wants it. And while providers know the medicine, many struggle with the business side of their cash practice. And that's where I come in. See, this podcast is here to share real strategies, real stories, things you can implement in your practice right away. So I am so glad you're here. Come on, let's go. Before we jump into today's Fiverr, I want to tell you about the series these episodes are a part of. So for the next few months, our Thursday episodes are a part of something I'm calling the Clinic Accelerator series, where we're going to share short, practical strategies pulled directly from the courses that AMP has built inside the Accelerator, which is our training platform for hormone and wellness clinic owners. Everything we teach inside the Accelerator is built around our POWER framework. And POWER stands for positioning, operations, workforce, experience, and revenue, the 5 areas that determine whether a clinic struggles or becomes predictably profitable. So let's jump into today's idea. Hey there, welcome back to the Clinic Accelerator series, where we take on one idea that can move your clinic forward and break it down into something you can actually use. Today, we're going to talk about something that sounds a little more simple than it is, but it's also one of the biggest reasons that clinics stay stuck. And that is this. You have goals, but you don't have a real plan to achieve them. Let's be honest for a minute. Most clinic owners I talk to do have goals. They want to grow revenue. Maybe they want to add new patients. They probably want to improve retention. They might even have desires outside the clinic and they want to step out of the day-to-day sometimes. But here's the issue. Those goals are living inside your head. Maybe they're on a spreadsheet. Maybe you wrote them down in some notes app on your phone, but they're not connected to a clear, structured action plan. And when that happens, a goal is really just a wish. Let me give you an example from my own personal life. And this is a little embarrassing because I'm known for someone who works out quite a bit. But every year I tell myself I'm going to do yoga. Yeah, I know it's good for me. I know my body needs it. And I know as I age, it's really, really important for my body and my mind. And yet every year, for at least the last 6 years, I say I'm going to do it and I don't. Why? Well, I never really define what doing yoga actually means. I don't put it on my calendar. I don't build it into my routine. And I certainly don't create any accountability around it because I don't want to look bad when I don't do it. So by mid-January, it's gone. And listen, that's fine for a yoga goal, but in your clinic, that same pattern could cost you money and growth. When you don't have an action plan tied to your goals, a few things start to happen. And you might recognize this in yourself. Your team starts making decisions based on what they think is important, not what actually drives the business forward based on your goals. So everyone looks busy, but no one's working together. You end up wasting time and money. Maybe you're spending money on marketing, trying new things, fixing random problems, but without a plan, your resources get scattered and results don't follow. And then the growth just stops. Without a roadmap, revenue plateaus, team morale drops, and you start feeling like you're working harder, but not getting ahead. And that is exhausting. Now let's flip this for a second, because this is where it gets really exciting. When you actually build a real action plan around your goals, everything changes. This is one of those big aha moments we see when we work with clinics. It's not just the strategy, which is really fun to create, but it's the plan. When they walk away with a clear action plan, they know exactly what needs to get done, who is responsible for what order things need to be done, and how to stay on track when you don't, or when you get off track. And what that creates is something most clinic owners are missing, which is confidence. You stop guessing. You stop spinning your wheels. You stop feeling behind. You stop feeling frustrated. And instead, you show up, you do the work, you move forward. All right, now let's make this practical, because that sounds great, Jody, but how do I turn my goals into something real? Here are 3 steps that I follow in my own life. Step 1, get it out of your head. This is a structured brain dump. I want you to look at your clinic across 6 key areas: pricing and planning, operations, staff and culture, patient experience, sales, and marketing. And then ask yourself, what's not working and what needs to be improved? This isn't about perfection. This is about sitting down and really thinking through. And if you've got a team, go ahead and bring them into this so that because sometimes they see things that you don't. Okay, after you've put it down on paper, step 2 is to look at what actually matters. Not everything is equally as important. So take your list and label each item as either critical, important, or a want. Critical means it's hurting the business right now. Important means it needs to move forward eventually. And want means it would be nice, but it's not really urgent. Then I want you to estimate how long each task will take and then map it on your calendar. Okay, it's not going to be perfect. Just try to be as realistic as possible, because when you're not guessing anymore, you're building a path. All right, the third step is to build accountability. And guys, this is everything, because you're going to get busy again. Patients, staff, your life. So you need structure. You need a simple project management tool. Assign tasks to people and don't do it all yourself. Set regular check-ins, and most importantly, make it visible, because what gets seen gets done. Now, once you have this in place, the key is not starting over every time. Just revisit your plan monthly, adjust timelines as needed, keep your priorities clear, and keep your team or your staff involved. This becomes a rhythm in your business, not a one-time exercise. So if you take one thing from today, let it be this: your goals are not the problem. Your clinic doesn't need better intentions. It just needs a better plan, because a goal without a plan is just a wish. But a goal with a clear action plan is where growth becomes predictable. Now, if this episode hit home for you, this is exactly the kind of work we help clinics do every day. And if you're ready to stop guessing and actually build a plan that works, I would love to help you with that. I want to thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. And if this got you thinking about how you're supposed to be making your goals and how you turn those goals into actions in your clinic or even just in your everyday life, I want to invite you to go a little deeper. This episode is actually pulled from a full course that we created inside the Accelerator called Goals into Actions: The Proven Path to Growth for Your Hormone Clinic, which lives inside our training platform for clinic owners, as I mentioned, called the Accelerator. Now, inside that course, we are going to do a number of things. We're going to walk through exactly how to diagnose why goals often fail and how to shift that pattern for good, how to uncover the hidden costs of inaction in your practice, how to build a clear, prioritized action plan tied directly to your growth goals, and how to create momentum and accountability even when life gets busy. And the best part, this is one of our free courses. So if you would like to check it out, you can create a free account. And again, this course is going to be free. Go to accelerator.acceleratedmedicalpractices.com. Now, when you sign up, you'll find a few other free courses waiting for you, just like this Goals in Action one. And from there, you can purchase individual trainings if there's something specific you want to learn. Or what a lot of clinic owners choose to do is they sign up for our Power Pass, which is just $99 a month and gives you access to everything we've built inside the Accelerator. Oh, and one more quick thing before we wrap up. For the next few months, our Thursday Fiverr episodes are a part of this series called the Accelerator Clinic series. Each week, I'm going to share one practical idea to help you grow your hormone or wellness clinic, and every episode connects to a deeper training that you can explore inside the Accelerator. And I do have one last favor. The hormone and wellness industry is a community. We all learn from each other. So if you know another provider or a clinic owner who could benefit from this information, please share this episode with them. You might make a world of difference in helping them grow their clinic. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you on the next episode. Thank you for listening to Beyond Hormones, the Business of Wellness. I hope that you're walking away with fresh ideas and real strategies you can use to grow your practice with profit and purpose. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow the show so you never miss a conversation. And if something you heard today resonated with you, do me a favor, share this episode with a friend or a colleague. It's one of the best ways you can support the show, and it might be exactly what they need to hear right now. If you want even more tools and support, go ahead and head over to acceleratedmedicalpractices.com. Until next time, keep doing the work that matters. Your patients need you, and I am cheering you along every step of the way.